I was just going to say that right down the middle of the play. Jeremy, and I learned that from Jeremy Affeldt, by the way.
Jeremy, you watched all of it unfold from the dugout steps. What were you thinking? What were your teammates talking about as you watch this guy step into the box, already taken Verlander deep twice, and here he is doing it again?
Well, I mean, we were thanking God for one, because Verlander's not exactly the easiest guy to beat. I think when Detroit takes the field and you have Verlander on the mound game one, they're thinking that's advantage because they think, it's our guy, we have a good chance of winning the game right at the gate, and then our big guy comes up and hits a bomb, and he hits another bomb, and I think it rattled them a little bit. And I think if you come around Verlander and take game one away from them, when they felt they probably had pretty good advantage. Now we didn't have to see him for a few games. I think Pablo just pretty much sucked the wind, out of their sails there, and they helped us clinch some 4 games.
It's almost like you swept them. Almost
Yeah.
like you swept them. Now, if I'm the only one asking questions, this is officially happening the wrong way, so let's start right over here. The woman with a microphone. Hello, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Kelly from San Jose. I'm happy to be here. But here's my question towards Pablo. Pablo, you were MVP, World Series, MVP for the Venezuelan World Series. What's your encore?
It's a great 2012. For me, a good start 2013. Win here for me was special. But get back home in my hometown and win the final, win MVP, for my own people, out there, it was for me more special. My mom was there, my daughters, all that. It's special, the town you grow up, see you playing there, after all the great moments you have in your life. So it's a great feeling for me.
And we also had that ride up Market Street twice. 2 rides up Market Street. Everyone wants a third, by the way.
We're gonna work on that. I had a great feeling, This is gonna be good 2013. So we're gonna do all the things we can. Play with a lot of fun out there like we did last year. So it's gonna be more special this year.
We will keep it going right over here. Sir, you got the mic? What's your name?
Berto.
Berto.
The Giants are well represented in the World Baseball Classic with various countries playing. I wanted to know if the players have a wager in case whoever the winning country is, if there's going to be a wager between you guys. Go USA!
Well, I don't know if we have a wager. I think it's just, honestly, we just got to come to the clubhouse and hear about it every day if one of the other teams win. I think but they got some talent. I mean, Venezuela has some unbelievable talent playing on there, obviously. And the USA does, and it's just going to be some fun times down there. And I'll probably just hit Pablo. Don't worry about it.
That's bad.
I'll walk through the row, pitch around all the guys, and then they don't have bragging rights on me.
It's all about bragging rights. Sir, right down here, sure. Let me hop on down, give me a mic.
My question, gentlemen, growing up, for Dave and Jeremy, who are your favorite left-handed pitchers growing up? And for Pablo, who's your favorite switch hitter growing up?
Great question.
I'll take it. Sandy Koufax and Vita Blue.
It's the only time Sandy's name won't be booed here today, probably. Jeremy?
Dave Dravecky. And Randy Johnson, man. I got to play with Randy, obviously, he was a favorite of mine. And, he's obviously way older when I got to play with him. But Dave, man, I got to watch him. I lived in Merced, California when Dave made his comeback there. So it was very inspirational, and I was very, very happy to meet him. I met him first time in Colorado when I played with the Rockies. And, very, very good time with him out in the outfield, having some good conversations. And we continue those. So a great relationship with him, and he was a favorite of mine to watch.
Pablo, switch hitter.
My favorite play was Andres gonna ride on Mauricio. So when I said that people, I want to be one day, so that's are my favorite.
We'll go right over here. How you doing? What's your name?
I'm Kathy from Sacramento. Pablo, I was wondering how you really feel about the Panda nickname and all the Panda merchandise that follows you.
I feel great. It's a great name for me. I would love to have it all my life. I was thinking about it, you know, change my name to Panda.
And with the way that pandas are doing, they might all be extinct and you'll be the last panda left. Except right here, of course. Stand up real quick. Stand up just for a moment. There you go. There you go. This is the only fan base in the world where you can get away looking like that. It really, really is. Where are we? Where are we right here? Stand up, go ahead. What's your name, young man?
My name is Jeffrey. I have a question for Jeremy Affeldt. Sorry I forgot your jersey again this year. But I had a question. I'm a very avid reader of your blog, and I know you have a book coming out soon. I was wondering how the experience was for writing a book and how it's different, but you like it.
Well, you know, writing a book's interesting. You know, for me, it's, you know, when you write a book, you don't want to be one of those guys that just comes out with another, you know, biography about your life and baseball. And, you know, I don't have that story about it. You know, I screwed up big time and then figured it out type thing. I don't have that story. I didn't want to write a book based on that. I wanted to write a book based on my thoughts, based on, you know, I got a lot of stuff in my head and I tend to talk a lot. So the only way to shut me up is just put it on paper. So I tend to, you know, I wanted to get my thoughts out on paper. I wanted to kind of, you know, get people to understand why I think the way I do, why I play baseball. Because for me, as a baseball player, if I were just to play baseball just to say I'm a baseball player, for one, I think it's a shallow thing to say, and I get bored with it. But there's a reason why I play the game. I have 3 boys that I'm raising to be leaders, and I want them to understand what a baseball player should act like, what a baseball player should represent. And it's not just to play baseball; it's to be a leader in the community and to take care of those around you. It serves at least of these.
You know, Jeremy, I read your blog. Obviously, I follow you on Twitter, and you really are one of the more conscientious and worldview pointing out professional athletes out there. Who is the biggest influence on your worldview?
You know, I don't know. You know, I just through baseball, and I've played with a lot of different guys. You know, I've played with a lot of different good people, and I've met a lot of different people. And I think I use baseball as a platform to meet people off the field as well. And so, you know, for me, you know, there's a lot of people that influence my worldview through reading. I read a lot. I only have a high school education, so you know, I tend to want to read more. So you know, anywhere from Martin Luther King to Abe Lincoln to, you know, to just Billy Graham to, you know, Timothy Keller, different guys that I enjoy reading and understanding what the world looks like and how to help other people. I don't want to be known as a baseball player that selfishly just thought about only myself. I want to be known as a guy that went out there and played the game really, really hard and knew that there was other people out there that had dreams and didn't have the ability to dream, and I want to help create those dreams for kids. And I want to be able to look outside of the baseball field and say, you know what, it's not all about me. Because on the baseball field, it tends to be personal. It's ERA, it's batting average, it's home runs, it's strikeouts, it's world championships. But you got to put on a pair of jeans and a t-shirt when you leave. You got to get out back out in the real world. And if it was all about me, man, I just felt like I would be embarrassed to have my sons look at me if that's how I acted. And so I tried to write a book about those things.
It's officially a great answer. Let's go to this young man right over here. What's your name, young man?
My name is Dean, and I'm from San Francisco, and I have a question for Pablo Sandoval and Jeremy Affeldt. What's your favorite, funnest World Series, 2010 or 2012?
You know, I think 2012, because I actually got to play in the 2012 World Series. So I had a lot of fun in this run. And to be honest with you, you know, when you think about baseball, young man, you need to think about how the Giants played this year. Because it is about scrapping out runs, it's about pitching, it's about defense. It's not about winning 10-0 all the time. And I think the way the Giants came back from almost being eliminated twice to sweeping a really, really good team, to me, when you look at a baseball team, you just remember the 2012 guys, because we're a baseball team.
We have our back in the wall. This is a great moment that I have the World Series on the whole postseason. We came back for all those games. We get here today, so we are champs. You know, it's one of the things you you realize when you get back home every game, so you can't believe it. You came back from those 2 games, those series. So you get there and at that point, and you beat the series, for nothing. You clinch. That's the thing. When you are in that moment, you have to realize and think about those things.
And chances are, any World Series, you're named the MVP, and will always be your favorite World Series.
For sure.
Chances are. Dave, there are so many examples of baseball teams who want to assemble all-star rosters. This team had a hopefully future Hall of Fame second baseman, future Hall of Fame left fielder in Kent and Bonds, and a lot of people would say I'd rather take all the all-stars and you can have all the chemistry you want. But when chemistry is real, when chemistry is palpable, like it was in 2012 for this team, it's incredibly powerful.
Yeah, it sure is. As a fan watching this ball club, it was overwhelming. It helped me to realize back in 1989 in the Earthquake World Series, 1987 in the postseason play against the Cardinals, we were a very similar ball club in that those relationships on that team and in that clubhouse, Kruko, Brenly, Robbie Thompson, Will Clark, Kevin Mitchell. I mean, I can go up and down the list. A great bunch of guys that got along, and we didn't always get along perfectly, because when you put 25 guys in the clubhouse for 162 games, stuff's going to happen.
Brothers fight, right?
Absolutely. But at the end of the day, we knew what the goal was and what the challenge was in front of us. And so watching this team play, the thing that I think about the most, I actually sat down and I wrote some words that described the San Francisco Giants in 2012. Selfless.
Yes.
High integrity. Weren't afraid to share the success. They realized there was a greater cause than any one team member. And we're all in it together, and I love that. At the end, I thought about character. The character of a ball club that was so reflective of the community of San Francisco in relationship to the way you guys, the fans, have supported this ball club. And so it's just really cool to be a part of something like that as a fan. I sit in your seat now, watching and cheering these guys on, and it's wonderful to be sitting here next to a guy who's MVP in the World Series, and somebody who came in and did an amazing job in relief as a part of a pitching staff that, without a doubt, in my opinion, is the best in all of baseball. So it was just really cool to see you.
Let's go right down here. I know we got a question. What's your name? What do you got, Melissa?
I have a question for Pablo. So every time you go up to bat, you have a crazy ritual. How did that start?
It was special for me, I keep a secret. It's a ritual, I've been doing it for a long time. And this is when I was in the minor league. I started doing, it's meaning a lot for me, my family. It's part of my family passed away, so every time a person, it's a happy piece of my heart, when it went out. So that was what was I mean.
How many steps in some of your handshakes? I know you have at least a 12 to 17 step handshake with a few of your teammates.
Wow, man, it's a funny part. You have to, get comfortable with the field, get loose. So this is the moment, that I have to. I need to have fun out there, do something different that the people doesn't do. So I have to handshake with everybody. I do a lot of things in the field. I enjoy my moment. Like a little kid. You know when you're gonna play the game.